What's going on? Good afternoon, family. This is Maya Lynn, founder of Womb. Hey, sis. Hopefully you are having a amazing Tuesday afternoon. Today is Tuesday. Look, I gotta look. Today's March 2nd. I can't keep up with the calendar. I don't know about y'all. I can't keep up with the calendar. Today is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. And this week we are talking about networking. So again, my name is Maya Harris, founder of Womb Women-Owned Minority Businesses. And I absolutely love working with women entrepreneurs of color as we learn about fun things like reverse design and making sure that we have the right action plans put together so that we can get to those profits and prosperity. Okay. So today we're talking about, actually all week, we're talking about networking. We're talking about being a boss, being a complete pro when it comes to networking, and how networking has really changed this year because of COVID. Most of us are now really being forced to network virtually, but there's still those opportunities to network face to face, right? So today we're going to talk about how to ask the right questions when you're networking. Now, I am by nature shy in crowds. I'm not a shy person, but I'm a little shy in crowds. And so I have to have a game plan like set so that I know, some things that will make sense to say when plus I'm a little awkward, right? So things that make sense to say when I'm around other people, when I'm having these conversations. Now, if we're just talking about TV, we're talking about sports, we're talking about weather, whatever, I'm good. But when it comes to making sure that you're asking good, solid questions that will actually build a conversation in a networking environment, I was always a little shy. And so I know I'm not the only person out there. There are a lot of introverts, a lot of extroverted introverts out there, and networking can be really daunting. But it's a lot easier if you have some things in your back pocket ready to go, knowing exactly what you want to ask. So again, the most important thing about striking up these conversations, one, is to just do it. Just get in there. That's what we talked about yesterday. Get in there, introduce yourself. Don't stand in the middle of the room and wait for people to come to you. Walk around, introduce yourself. That's the point of being at a networking event, is that you're purposefully meeting people. And I know when we do events with Womb, we actually kind of force people into situations where they have to talk to somebody. However, when you're at a more open event, it can be awkward. Like, who do I go to? Who do I speak to? What should I say when I get there? So obviously the first thing is just introducing yourself, your name. Hey guys, my name is Maya. I'm the founder of an organization called Womb. We work with women entrepreneurs of color. And they'll go, oh, Maya, hey, how are you? And you're like, great. And then you do one of these things. So, don't get caught with the so moment. You definitely want to have some things that you want to ask, right? So I have a couple of questions that you can use that will keep the conversation going, because really the point of networking is to spark these relationships for business, whether it's, where you're networking an event because of your job or you're networking because of your business. The point is you're starting to build these relationships, right? So question number one. So, Bob, what brings you here? Like, what made you come to this particular event? So I like that question because sometimes it might be your first time. Maybe you don't really know a whole lot about the event, right? Or this might be the first time you're seeing this person. So, hey, what made you come to this event today? And again, that's not a yes or no question. So if someone says, you're like, what brings you here? And they go, yes, they're awkward. So then they need our help too, right? But asking that question, it gives someone a reason to give you a full answer. You're not going to get a because I felt like it, right? You're going to get a fuller answer when you ask someone that question. So that's a good opening. That's a good way to start the conversation after you've, given someone your name, right? And then usually what happens is, we exchange industries. We talk about our company. Tell me a little about your company, and you get that kind of basic information and start to listen. Like listen to. That's don't ask questions just to ask questions. Listen to what the responses are, and what their industry is all about, right? Oh, wow, that's interesting. How did you get involved in that industry? How did you get involved with that company? What made you start that business? That's another full question, well, full answer response. All right. So that's not something someone's going to give you a short answer for. So, oh, wow, just seemed like generally interested. Like, wow, what made you get into that profession? So, it's also happened to me where someone I ask someone, what their industry is, and then they say something that I might consider to be boring. I work in paper, and and part of you is like, okay, and so you don't want to be you don't want to seem insincere, but like, oh, that's exciting. What got you into paper? No, don't be a jerk, right? Like paper, okay, like I'm not expecting that. So what got you into paper? That doesn't seem like an industry a whole lot of people are still still working in, or make it so you're still interested in why they got into the purpose is why they got into it or why they're doing it, not that it's the most exciting thing in the world. So a good why did you get in that industry is a good one. The next one, since you work in this industry, right? Since you know this industry, how do you feel about this? So this is, now you're listening to their responses. So what do you know about that industry that you can connect to that conversation? So let's say that person is in mortgages. It's like, oh, okay, since you work in that industry, how do you feel about this whole, the whole interest rate change? Or I have no idea. Look, but you want to pick a topic, a general topic in that industry that, again, is going to give them some response, to give them a good response. Or if like a great news caption or a news story about that particular industry, you want to insert that there, right? Again, you're looking for a full response. All right, let's try another one. Oh man, that's cool. Well, how would someone even get their foot in the door in that industry? Like how would you even get started in something like that? How would you get started in a company like that? Right? How do I get in there? What's the entry level in your company? Again, you're not necessarily looking to become a part of that company. You're looking to really understand how passionate they are about their company, how knowledgeable they are, how open they are about talking about it. If you get the sense that someone's trying to shut the conversation down, then allow the conversation to end. But if you get a chance, get them to really talk and they're open to talking, hey, this might be a good connection. Okay. Based on your journey, what do you wish someone would have told you earlier in your career? So this is a really, this is once you've gotten into the conversation. Please don't open with that question. Like, someone says, hey, well, I'm in taxidermy. And you're like, oh, what do you wish someone would have told you when you started as a taxidermist? This is a question that you definitely want to leave for, you're getting good into the conversation, and you want to start to delve a little bit more into how they feel about their business and so forth. All right. So don't open with that one, but it is another one that's really going to give you a nice solid response. Sometimes it might be even too long of a response, but you're going to get a good answer from that one. So once you've had all of these, you've had this conversation, you also don't want to hold the person captive for 30 minutes. All right. You're asking questions, you're having, they're hopefully also asking you questions. But you also want to get out of the conversation. It's like, you know what, Bob, That's the best way for I just love this energy. I love your energy. I love the conversation that we're having, but I don't want to hold you. That's why I say to people when I'm ready to get off the phone, hey girl, I don't want to hold you. So I don't want to hold you. So what's the best way for me to get in touch with you or follow up with you? That's when you have your business card ready. That's when you have your green digital card. However you can exchange information, so you are getting their information, they're getting your information. When you're getting their follow-up information, make sure you write down, like if somebody gives me a card, I actually like to write down on their card where I met that person and when I should follow up with that person so that I can get it into my calendar so I remember pieces of the conversation. So I got Bob's card now. Someone said, okay, I met Bob at this, ABC networking event, and he said to follow up on Monday after 9 a.m. All right. And if they give you a time, if they say, hey, yeah, hit me up around, let's talk around 9 o'clock, great. I'm 9 o'clock on Monday. I'll definitely reach out to you. Do you prefer me to email or give you a call? Just know how you're going to communicate with them. How do they prefer you communicating with them, right? They might only want you to shoot them an email, or they might actually want to speak to you, right? So make sure you are specific on how you're going to follow up with them. And then you have to actually follow up. So that's our conversation tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the follow up. All right. Again, this is your girl, Maya Lynn Harris, founder of Womb Women Owned Minority Businesses. If you want to know more about our amazing organization, first of all, there's our website, wombbiz.org. Most of our social media handles are at WombBiz, except Facebook, because Facebook, whatever. Facebook is WombBiz one. All right. So you just got to keep that in mind. We have an amazing Facebook group called Womb Connect. So we got the website scrolling across there. Womb Connect is our Facebook group. You can just search on Facebook at Womb Connect. It's a completely free Facebook group for women entrepreneurs of color. All right. And we actually have our membership. Now, for those who do know, our membership window isn't open all of the time. It's only open once a month. However, if you're like, hey, Maya, I've seen what you guys have on WombBiz. I'm in your Facebook group. I've checked out what you guys do. So Maya, go ahead and throw up that link for me. Jump on our waiting list, and you're going to go to wombbiz.org/memberships. They'll give you full details about the membership itself. When you click on join, it's going to take you to our waiting list. We got something coming up for Q2. Woo, baby. You have something coming up for Q2 that you better get on the waiting list for. But you are going to want to be ready for our membership for the month of April. All right. So make sure that you jump on our waiting list. It doesn't cost anything to get on the waiting list, but you want to make sure that you're in the place to be for our membership in April. All right. Have an amazing day. I'll be here around 5:30, 5:45 tomorrow. We'll talk about the follow-up. All right. Be blessed and be a blessing. And I'll see you later. Let's get it.